Well, with the Steelers looking at Aaron Rodgers as being their potential QB number one, but maybe Mason Rudolph is not such a bad idea.
Let's talk football.
Alrighty, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the All Around Sports Podcast, where sports are everything on this channel. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we're talking about the black and gold incarnation of winners, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers, their offense has made a few recent good moves, including trading for former Seattle Seahawk DK Metcalf. I'm still rocking his jersey because it's the only color of this jersey I got. But the offense of the Steelers has not been so productive in recent years. After going 10-7 last year under Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, both those guys find new homes, both of them in the swamp and known as New York, both on the Jets and the Giants. But the question is, with Aaron Rodgers possibly coming to the Steelers, or not, can the Steelers offense be trusted under Mason Rudolph instead of Aaron Rodgers? I'm going to talk about this more in just a second. Before we get started, though, if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to do me a big favor and smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. But for now, let's talk about Mason Rudolph. Oh, Mason Rudolph. I actually really like this kid. I really like this young man. Because when he was in Pittsburgh, that game they lost in the playoffs to the Buffalo Bills, he was the starting quarterback of that game. And of course, he went to Tennessee that past year, but he didn't want to do anything over there. So he went back to home to Pittsburgh. I am looking at the Steelers. If I had to choose between Mason Rudolph and Aaron Rodgers, I would personally take Mason Rudolph. Because Aaron Rodgers is not the same guy that he used to be. Now, 10 years ago, I would have said Aaron Rodgers. But if I'm having a quarterback to win the game for my life, I want Mason Rudolph because Aaron Rodgers, he is an amazing quarterback. He's probably going to likely be a Hall of Fame quarterback in the NFL. He's probably going to go to the Hall of Fame. But if you're looking at me at this season right now, I would rather take Mason Rudolph because if Rodgers comes to the Steel City, Steeler fans are not going to like that one dang bit. Because they know that he's not going to be as productive under the Steelers offense. Their offense was completely annihilated last year. I look at their 7 losses. They lost to the Bengals. They lost to the Ravens twice. And they lost to the Colts and also I believe there was one other team, Browns. And then there was 2 others other than that. But I believe that Mason Rudolph is the main piece here. I believe he's the man that you want to have starting as your quarterback. Because when Mason Rudolph was your quarterback, when he was there, you would see glimpses of him being a really good quarterback. Not like a top 10 quarterback, but he's decent. When he was with Pittsburgh, I believe he could arguably be a top 17 quarterback. Top 15, possibly. But when I look at their weapons, I'm looking at Pat Fryermuth, Jalen Warren, the bowling ball. I'm looking at George Pickens and DK Metcalf. I'm looking at that. Maybe Mason Rudolph can fit this offense well because they've not had offensive weapons to support a quarterback for years. They've not had the weapon personnel. They've had the defense, but they haven't had the offense. I'm looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers. If they do go Mason Rudolph, I would not be surprised if they went into the NFL draft with the 21st pick and selected Jackson Dart. I would not be surprised at that at all. Because I'm looking at Jackson Dart, he could possibly be the Steelers' future franchise guy. I really like what I'm seeing from Jackson Dart. And I believe if Mason Rudolph does start for the Steelers, which I believe could be the case if they don't go with Aaron Rodgers, but it could likely be the case because there's been 12 jerseys around shops in Pittsburgh with the on the Steelers jerseys having the number 12. So maybe that's a sign that Aaron Rodgers is probably coming to Pittsburgh. But if I had a game to win for my life, I would rather have Mason Rudolph than Aaron Rodgers, especially depending on what you got inside of your division. You got Lamar Jackson, you got Joe Burrow, and then you also got Deshaun Watson or Kenny Pickett. Because I mean, Kenny Pickett could be the starter. I'm not certain on that though. But I'm looking at the Steelers. If they could be a good team, I see them as the third best team in the AFC North. I still have the Bengals ahead of them. I still have the Ravens ahead of them. Lamar Jackson has the offense to support him. Now the Steelers have to build an offense to support either Mason Rudolph or in the future Jackson Dart. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think the Steelers offense can be trusted under Mason Rudolph? Let me know in the comments what you guys think down below. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to do me a big favor and smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, I'll catch you all in the next one. Ciao for now.